Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for our latest edition of Around the World with ALTOUR. I'm honored to have John Diorio, the Vice President of Virgin Voyages, with us today. John, welcome.
Thank you, Scott. It is absolutely an honor to be here. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
John and I have known each other for quite a few years, and we haven't seen each other in a while because I'm in California and John's in Florida. But, John, let's get right into it. Tell
Yes.
us now, you have three ships. Uh, Tell us a little bit more about Virgin Voyages.
Yeah, sure. So obviously, Virgin Voyages has now been sailing for almost 3 years. And we do have three ships that are currently sailing, and we have a fourth actually coming online in September of 2025. But if you look at the portfolio and our beautiful lady ships, we've got Scarlet Lady, Valiant Lady, and Resilient Lady. We're sailing out of Miami. We're sailing out of San Juan, Barcelona, Athens. Obviously, over the next year and a half, we have some voyages out of Portsmouth as well. So the fleet is growing. Our fourth ship, which is Brilliant Lady, will start sailing in September of 25, and she's going to be doing New York, Miami as well. We have an amazing Panama Canal voyage. We're going to be in your backyard, Scott, in Los Angeles for a bit. And eventually, by summer of 26, Brilliant Lady will start sailing out of Seattle and doing Alaska as well. So we've got something for everyone in terms of where the fleet is going, and we couldn't be happier for bringing the ship to everybody around the world.
That's terrific. I know your average sailing's between 4 and 8 days, depending on the destination. Um, Tell us a little bit more about the ships. If you have not seen one, I will add, I have been on one of the sailings. I thought the food was excellent. The design is interesting.
Yep.
And you have a lot, if you like outdoor activities, there was a lot of outdoor activities on one special deck with Virgin. Tell us a little bit more.
Well, I think from the itineraries, if we go back to when we started, we originally just had the 4 and 5 night voyages out of Miami with our first ship. And as we've had more of our sailors on board the ship, we're getting a lot of great feedback and what they want to see for future voyages. So we now have a lot of voyages coming up that are actually 9, 10, 11, 12 night voyages based on our sailor feedback. So there is now a great variety of voyage types and destinations that our sailors have asked for the past year. And we had to make sure we got the fleet where it needed to be and get the ships ready to go. So we're excited about that for the next couple of years. We have voyages on sale through April of 2026 now. But when you look at the design of the ship, the great part of our beautiful lady ships is they're all the same. They're about 110,000 tons, which it's a mid-size ship. When you look at the ships that are being built today, we're a mid-size ship that allows us to go to some great destinations. And when you talk about the design, the ship was designed for adults. This is an adult-only cruise. You have to be 18 years or older to sail. But as we design the ship, every single venue on the ship is designed with adults in mind. It has its own soundtrack, its own smell, and you don't see just the same old entire design of a ship. We purposely created this to create very unique experiences on board the ship for our sailors.
Well, and you have the chair hammock on some of the balconies,
Oh,
which
gee,
is
yeah,
incredible.
it is. Those are our lovely hammocks. They're on almost the entire ship. We've got about 1,400 cabins and suites, and the hammocks are on almost every single one of our balcony cabins. There's a few that have a hanging chair based on where it is on the ship, but those are our signature red hammocks in partnership with Yellow Leaf. And it's a great story. It's a group of women in Thailand that actually hand make these for Yellow Leaf. And so it's just our commitment of kind of doing something for the community there.
Well, that's terrific.
Yeah.
Now, the uniqueness of the food. I mean, I
Yes.
found I had gone to every restaurant on board, and I thought the food, as I said earlier, was excellent. Tell us about some of the differences. It's not the typical way that other cruise lines do this, so
Right.
it's unique. So please share it with our listeners today.
So when we thought about the concept of food, there was a few kind of core beliefs. We know we didn't want to have a buffet. So there's no buffets on our ship. We also knew that we wanted the concept of our restaurants is that we could take that restaurant on the ship and theoretically we could put it in any major city around the world. And so we worked with these amazing chefs, some Michelin star chefs, to help us create these amazing menus, but also the design of these particular restaurants. So our goal was to allow everything to be made fresh to order, regardless of what restaurant you're in. We wanted the experience to be the opposite of other cruise lines, meaning you don't have to pay anything to go to any of our specialty restaurants. All that food is included. Like I said, it's all made fresh to order. And I think, there are six main restaurants. My personal favorite is Pink Agave. It's kind of our upscale Mexican restaurant and not a Tex-Mex. It's more of like, think about a great Mexican restaurant in Mexico City. And it just kind of has that great vibe and has that great menu. But we've got something for everyone. We have the first Korean barbecue restaurant at sea with Gun Bay, which is one of the more fun places to go and have a lively dinner with other sailors. So there's a little something for everyone, Scott, as you know.
Now, are you still doing the bento boxes? Because I thought, well, that was great.
We do. Those are up in the galley, and the galley is really, when you go to the galley, it's up on deck 15, and it's really all these other different eateries where you can get fresh made to order food. It could be tacos, it could be burgers. The bento boxes are there, noodles, paninis. There's a little something for everybody. Yeah, but the bento boxes are still there.
Okay, because I thought that was great.
It's so
Um,
easy to just grab one and go, which is great.
yeah, exactly. Tell us about what destinations you're finding in 25 that are the most popular.
Well, right now, so listen, we have a lot of 4 and 5 nights out of Miami. It's a great way to learn about the brand and have that first experience. But when we think about the itineraries and some of those unique destinations, right now, I think one of our more popular ones is next summer. We're going to be sailing out of Portsmouth in the UK, and we've got this amazing 11-night voyage that goes to Reykjavik in Iceland, and then it comes back as well in a 10-night voyage. Those two are probably some of our more popular voyages next year. Obviously, any of our voyages out of Athens that do the Greek Isles continue to be some of our most popular. And then I think about the Caribbean. This summer, excuse me, this winter, we're sailing out of San Juan, and we launched that a few months ago, and we've got the response has been incredible. So when you're sailing out of San Juan, you're now hitting the Southern Caribbean. There's 7-night voyages, and you get to go to some amazing destinations. We get down to Aruba, we go to Antigua, we even stop at the British Isles. So there's a little something for everyone on that itinerary as well.
Tell us about the outside deck, the one I kind of alluded to earlier.
Yeah, so if you think about our ship, so we have what's called the athletic club, which is really on the back of the ship, and it's designed. There's just on the whole back of the ship. There's this big cushion couch where you can just come and relax. And we've got a great bar out there. It's a great place to get some sun, and it's one of the more popular places. And as you kind of go around the side of the ship, it's almost like an adult playground. So you've got a basketball court. We have teeters, tots, all the things that you would think kids would use, but they're really designed to have kind of young at heart and those childlike experiences on board our ship. So as you kind of keep going around, we've got workouts, we've got our outdoor gym, you got a boxing ring, there's outdoor workout equipment as well. So there's a little something for everyone. We're really, really big into wellness on our ships. And we keep winning awards for wellness and food and design. So it's one of those experiences. Once you get on, you're going to be like, okay, now I understand why they keep winning all these awards as voted on by other sailors who come on board.
Well, what three things would you like our guests to remember about Virgin Voyages?
So I would say first and
Or
foremost,
five?
or five. You don't give me that much rope. I'll keep going. So first and foremost, we're an exclusively adult only experience. You have to be 18 years or older to sail with us. The way we've curated this experience is with adults in mind. And you feel that vibe when you come on the ship where you realize there's no kids, not your kids, not someone else's kids. And it really changes the atmosphere and creates this really nice experience. We are a very casual but very luxurious type of experience as well. We're not going to tell you what time to eat and what to wear every single night. So that creates a nice vibe there. Great, great service. But I think the other key thing, Scott, is when you look at voyaging with us, it's what we include in the voyage fare. So as I mentioned, all that food is included. All of your gratuities are included. We think Wi-Fi is a basic human right. Everybody gets free Wi-Fi. And of course, the entertainment's included, and most importantly, our group workout classes. So the value is tremendous. And that's why we keep seeing our satisfaction scores go up. And that value for money continues to climb and be a key component that we get back in the feedback. So it's just, there's something for everyone when you sail with Virgin Voyages.
Why don't you tell our guests who your brand ambassador is?
Oh, that guy. So we've got this gentleman who's been in business, I don't know, 50 years now, by the name of Richard Branson. You might have heard of him. He's wanted to build a cruise line for probably 30 years, Scott, and probably 10 years ago, it came back up again, and the timing was right. And so he is a really big fan of the brand. It's he gets engaged with us on every aspect of the brand from the design side. He gets on the ship a lot, and he comes back with about 20 pages of notes of, have you tried doing this? Can you tweak this? You need something different here. So he's a great ambassador, obviously, for the Virgin brand, obviously for Virgin Voyages, but every time he gets on, he's got something new he wants to try to make the experience even better.
I've known he's made some mention of it when he's on one of the flights
Yes.
a few times.
Listen, he is actively engaged with this brand. He loves it. He was just on about 10 days ago. He was in Miami and he decided to just fly to Cozumel and get on the ship for a couple of days before he went back. And like I said, he goes on the ship, he talks to people, he talks to our crew, and they love seeing him. But he really does give us a lot of great feedback on what he thinks will make the experience even better. And he puts himself in that mindset of, what would I want? I'm sure others would want that as well.
John, thank you for joining us today. If anyone has any questions, please reach out to leisure@altour.com. If you don't have an ALTOUR agent, use the same email again, leisure@altour.com. And John, again, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Scott. Glad to be here.